Oh boy, happy Marvel Disney Plus Day. Yes, you gotta go there to see the teasers for their new Marvel shows coming your way. With a Spider-Man cartoon. Oh boy, another one. Yeah, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Secret Invasion, and more. Oh yeah. So here we are at Cosmic Book News, who summarizes all this for us. Oh, what's going on with Nick Fury here? He doesn't have his patch, huh? Yeah. Oh boy. So here's the logos all put together. So and one of the interesting things is the X-Men '97 deal, where they're apparently going to do a another season of the '90s version of the X-Men, which remains their best version of them, outside of comics. So there's some excitement there, I imagine. As for the rest, okay, so yeah, the X-Men cartoon. I'm sure that's got some people interested and whatnot. But it is current era, so will it? Maybe it'll look like the old show, but will it actually be like the old show? I don't know. Moon Knight's the only one that I'm really interested in, and of course the teaser did leak online. I'm not going to play it here, but it's interesting. It seems to borrow more of the recent versions of Moon Knight, and kind of like in some of the series, you didn't know if any of it really happened because of his his dissociative identity disorder. So he has several different personalities that he goes through and this sort of thing, and all of that. So it should be. It looks interesting. You get a brief glimpse of him in the Moon Knight outfit, but only from behind, so you see his cape while he's beating the crap out of somebody. So that one looks good. It's very brief. It gives you a glimpse of his state of mind and all that. And so that one, it looks to be the best of what I saw here. So there's a logo for Moon Knight. So here comes She-Hulk. We didn't quite know. So one bit of relief, as you see, well, again from behind. But that looks more comic book accurate of the original She-Hulk, not the current She-Hulk, who's basically a man. This looks like an athletic woman who's very tall. And, of course, Tatiana is very small. So she'll get the CGI treatment just like the previous, the way Mark Ruffalo did for the Hulk. Or maybe they have a body double for some. Well, I mean, obviously for the movements and whatnot, but it'll probably have a lot of CGI involved, and certainly her face on it. It looks to be set up to be silly because Mark Ruffalo, there he is as Professor Hulk. So like you gotta control your emotions and stuff. Now in the original story, Jen Walters didn't have to do any of that. They later did that because they wanted to get rid of the male Hulk, and make it all about She-Hulk, and they stopped calling her She-Hulk and just called it. Yeah, it was stupid. She was always in control of it. And a bit of this is like his derivative, well, obviously a derivative character from Hulk, but also it's a blood transfusion in the original story that causes this. And so it would stand to reason that she doesn't have the full-on, gamma power or whatever that causes this. Later on, they developed it that Bruce Banner also has some dissociative identity disorder business going on to explain all of that. But as for Jen Walters, she's this small lady, kind of meek and stuff. But for Jen Walters, she's rather this small lady, and now she gets to turn into a giant green supermodel. And that appears to be where they're going with this. You get this image of her in the evening gown and all that. And so her inner party girl comes out. And that's kind of the idea. So looks like they're going to let that happen. I'm a little surprised because of the current era. And that might be appealing to the male gaze. Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? But so that might be where they're going. It'll be more John Byrne's She-Hulk than the latest crap. So they recreate this scene from the old Bill Bixby show, and she says the line, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." But I would like it better if she's more in control of her transformations, like in the comics. This could just be a joke, And of course, even though she is in control, you piss her off. Well, she can Hulk out and completely break your ass, probably far worse. So anyway, that's She-Hulk. There's some promising signs there. Of course, I'm dubious, but I guess it's kind of the second thing of interest after Moon Knight. Then there's Little Miss Marvel. Now, this show has been delayed, so I think it'll be a little while longer before it comes out. I have heard there were problems. It probably means it wasn't all that great. It's shot and in the can, but they might want to reshoot some stuff. I don't know. Look, Kamala Khan was a token idea. That's Sama Amanat came in and did all this. But you could make it work, but if they just let the character breathe. And apparently, I just was not interested because I could see it for what it was. But sometimes art finds a way. And it's another example of what I call chasing Peter Parker. And admittedly, that's what they did. Except, at least, it's a girl this time. So it's kind of like that. And oddly enough, it kind of fits in more with their version of Spider-Man, who's just a superhero fan. So here comes another character who's a superhero fan. And looks up to Captain Marvel. They're going to have to do something, because Captain Marvel, so far, the world at large has not seen a whole lot of her doing much. No one remembered her because it was all rather a secret from her adventures in the first movie, and then she shows up in Endgame and all that stuff. But still, well, who's this lady? So you have to assume, she's done some adventures since then and all that. So one thing they're changing, and it's that she now has Green Lantern powers. I don't know. There's rumors that she's going to have a bracelet or something that gives her powers. In the comics, turns out she's an Inhuman and has stretchy powers, but it won't be stretchy powers. It's going to be this glowing stuff, which energy-based powers type deal, I always would have thought would be better, especially since she wants to be more like Captain Marvel, and that's kind of power she has. So that would have been a better approach than what they did with the comic book version. So for once, the other media is better than the comic book source material. But I don't know. It's just, the first Muslim super. She's not. There's been, all the way back to World War II, there's been Muslim superheroes. It's just, she's the one that got the big promo and stuff and shopped around and all that, whereas all the others are largely forgotten. Especially in Marvel, of course, what was Dust? And a lot of that plays into Dust as a mutant in X-Men. They didn't have control of the X-Men until now they do, so they could feature her now. But the Arabian Night, he was always around, but they probably don't want to touch that because, I don't know, he wears a turban, he flies around on a flying carpet. Sounds cool to me, but you know how weird things are now. So, plus the comics, I think, killed him off, so that's too bad. But anyway, so there's Miss Marvel. We'll see what that. What If Season 2? Well, they only had 2 episodes in it that I saw that were worth a crap. Especially the Doctor Strange one was really pretty good. The others were just crap, and I bailed. I didn't see all of it, so maybe there was some better one, but yeah, it was starting to piss me off. Didn't know anything about this. Echo, I believe, is from the Daredevil stories. I don't know how they're going to, maybe because I think they're going to bring back Daredevil. But this is a superhero who's deaf. Instead of, see, they already had a deaf superhero. They didn't have to, swap out a character for that in the Eternals. You already had deaf superhero. So there you go. Oh, Hawkeye will introduce Echo. Okay. So there you go. That's what they'll do. And then they'll spin that off into a series. Well, here's Spider-Man, in his freshman year in high school. Okay. So, we'll get the backstory of Spider-Man. Mr. Store? Mr. Store? So they'll have him in there, and this is animated, so they can mention Uncle Ben and all that stuff. They can have complete control of it, actually. And so there you go. And Groot. Well, okay. Yeah. He's cute. See. Okay. But that's gonna get a series or a movie on there. No. Oh, shorts. Okay. Well, that's probably a little better then. So I don't know. I guess maybe in between shows or something. Ironheart, yeah, even more of a ridiculous token than Miss Marvel. So, but maybe they'll give it more of an original take. But it's the same thing, Rinse, lather, repeat, and then Agatha Harkness gets her own show. I don't care. Marvel Zombies. They really ruined it with the What If episode, which was so bad and stupid. So, and I don't know, who cares? And Secret Invasion, which I thought was going to be the next event for get the Avengers together for them, but I guess it's going to be a series. But it basically involves, oh look, the Skrulls have been infiltrating the Earth for years, so it'll probably be a really watered down, bad version of the comic book series, which was actually quite excellent. And but it's also a way you could suggest that certain characters aren't dead after all, and they were really Skrulls, and the real one still exists. Like maybe Black Widow. I don't know if you'd want to do that with Iron Man though. His big sacrifice. It wasn't even him, but it's there. So anyway, that's Nick Fury. Apparently will take off his patch, maybe to prove it's really me. But in the version of Secret Invasion, it's a little different than just shape changing. This particular sect of Skrulls who believed the Earth was theirs for some religious reason or something like that, and they developed a means by which you didn't just shapeshift, but you're able to take on the powers of the people you were copying, and I believe also some of their emotions or thoughts and memories and stuff, so where some of them came to believe they really were the person. I think that happened with Marvel, who won't be in this, I guess, unless they're going to do the female Marvel from what's her name, Warren Beatty's Squeeze. But anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of sorry to see it's just going to be a series, so that kind of. But they already ruined the Skrulls and Captain Marvel. But that's not their story. Sorry. So kind of not interested in that. So the only thing we got going here is I don't know about Miss Marvel, but maybe She-Hulk and definitely Moon Knight. So it's only one show. So is that enough to save Disney from their financial woes they're in now? Check out Midnight's Edge in the morning show that earlier today. It's pretty bad, and the goals for subscribers has not been met. So they need to get rid of the woke, and maybe that's why Miss Marvel was delayed. They're reshooting that to fix this. And just have a teenage superhero adventure, and you're good. And that's true. Yeah, that would work better, and maybe that's the deal. I don't know. And hopefully She-Hulk won't be just running around kicking men in the balls, and that's it. Okay, Moon Knight, but it's only one show, so I don't see this stuff as enough to do what it needs to do. But I don't know. Check it out, and it gets a little word of mouth, and it's really good, and maybe that'll work out. But you need a little more, and that's what Marvel's supposed to provide them. But so far, their shows have been crap. And you can't have dumb things like what happened to WandaVision, where they deliberately sabotaged their own show. all of a sudden, oh no, we can't have Doctor Strange in it. It's all set up to go. That was the story. He's supposed to be in it, so you cut him out. Now you don't have a story anymore, so now it ends up looking like a slap job. And you stupidly, inadvertently made your main character, Scarlet Witch, just look like an evil psychopath, who tortured a whole town of people. But she was sad, so it's okay. No, that doesn't work. So that kind of shenanigans and idiocy, it's gotta go. So, best of luck, but that doesn't look good. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.